Caitlin and welcome to my channel. Today is a very special video because for what feels like the first time in forever, though admittedly it might be just a couple of years, it has snowed in December. Admittedly, my memory is not always the best, but I know for a fact that it didn't happen last year. It feels like I rarely have a Christmassy snow day, and this year I have that. Now, this snow day is by no means like insane or anything. It's not like I'm locked inside my house and I can't leave. There's not several feet of snow. I don't even think there's several inches of snow. But where I live, any kind of snow gets everything shut down for basically 24 hours minimum because we get snow so infrequently that most people don't know how to drive in it and don't feel comfortable going out in it. Now, luckily or unluckily for me, I actually already had today off work, so I was already planning on not really going out a lot, though actually that's not true. I was planning on running some errands today, but because I've never driven in snow before, I'm probably not going to do that, or if I am going to do that, I'm gonna wait until it gets just a little bit warmer and some of the snow melts a bit more before I head out. So at least for the morning / afternoon, I am going to be at home, just hanging out basically. Another thing is that since I'm older, I'm not all that interested in going outside to play in the snow. But even if I wanted to go outside and play in the snow, there's not much to work with. So I'm going to be spending most of my day indoors doing some fun Christmassy activities and that sort of thing. As a matter of fact, the first thing that I'm wanting to do is watch some Christmassy movies. So let's go check those out. So one thing that I've been wanting to grow recently is my physical media collection, and obviously, you can tell that it's already pretty large, but I go to thrift stores all the time and look for DVDs there that I either loved when I was a kid or just like classic movies that I would love to have on DVD. And I obviously, like I just said, have a very large selection. And a while ago, not even remotely close to Christmas time, actually, I'm pretty sure, I found this absolute gem. And it is the original Christmas classics with 7 holiday movies. It's this very thick DVD container, and it has 3 movies. 1, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. 2, Frosty the Snowman. And 3, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Now, all 3 of those movies are ones that I watched religiously around Christmas time when I was a kid, and I absolutely love them, obviously. So when I saw that I could get all 3 in one beautiful package, I knew that I had to have it. It actually also comes with a little DVD of Christmas songs in it as well, though I haven't really listened to that. So I'm thinking that I want to watch 1 or 2 or maybe even all 3 of these today, just because I can. I've actually already watched Frosty the Snowman this year, literally last night. So I think I'm gonna start with Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And while I'm doing this, I'm actually also going to be shopping online a little bit or looking online for some gifts for family and friends, and I obviously won't be showing that because on the chance that someone that I'm buying gifts for is watching this video, I obviously don't want to spoil their gift, so I will definitely be doing that off camera. Okay, wait, so I'm not insane. So on the front it says 7 holiday features, and I was a little confused for a split second there because obviously there are only 3 DVDs with actual movies on them. And then the Christmas Classics DVD with all the music has 7 songs on it, so I thought it was referring to that. But I just looked closer at the DVD, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town also has The Little Drummer Boy and Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, which I've never seen actually, The Frosty the Snowman DVD also has Frosty Returns, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer also has Cricket on the Hearth. But I am still going to start with Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So I am going to go ahead and get this started for myself and go do a little bit of shopping, or at the very least browsing, and I will be back to you as soon as this movie is over. So I finished watching Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and I have figured out officially what I'm going to get all my family and friends for Christmas. I placed a couple orders that should hopefully be here before Christmas, and I now know what kind of stores I need to visit and what sorts of things I need to buy. And now that I've finished my movie, I am going to do one of my favorite pastimes, which is reading a book. This is a Christmas themed book, or at least a winter themed book, though the fact that the title is kind of a pun of a Christmas song kind of makes me think that it's going to be a little more Christmassy. And this will actually be my first Christmas read of the season, which is kind of insane. I just finished a book that I've been reading for, I want to say, at least a whole week, if not closer to 2 weeks now. And that one was not Christmas themed even remotely. So I am very excited to get into the Christmas spirit in this way. I actually talked about this book in my fall reading recap and Christmas TBR video, but I have read only 2 books by Tessa Bailey, and I loved them both a lot. So I am very excited to read a Christmas book by her. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. And I also am thinking that I want to listen along to the audiobook as I am reading this. I feel like it's been a while since I've used an audiobook to help me read along, and I've kind of missed it. So I thought, what a better time to do it than right now. It's also getting kind of close to lunchtime, so I was thinking that with the help of the audiobook, I technically wouldn't have to stop reading to make some lunch if I wanted to. So I am going to go ahead and dive into this book and read hopefully for at least 30 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on what I'm feeling. And then after that, I am thinking I might want to do some baking. So let's get started. All right, it is now much later than I originally anticipated it being, and that is mainly because I did end up using an audiobook to kind of help me read along with actually physically reading my book, and I am now on chapter 12, but I was able to read while I was eating, making me able to read for nearly 2 hours straight. So it is now closer to 2:30 in the afternoon, and I am just now preheating the oven to make some cookies. I would love to be making some like Christmas themed cookies right now, like some sugar cookies where I make frosting and then decorate them, or even some gingerbread cookies. But not only do I not have that kind of dough, I don't have the ingredients to make that kind of dough. So we are going to go with a classic chocolate chip cookie dough. This is the kind of bag that does the really big cookie dough pieces. So I'm probably only gonna end up doing a couple on a sheet, and then maybe eating one before it's cooked off, because they're absolutely delicious as just raw cookie dough. Just absolutely amazing. So I am going to do probably a total of 4 baked cookies. That feels like a good amount. And then I'm going to eat one. So as expected, the snow has already melted. There's still little spots of it in shaded areas, obviously, but most of the snow in my backyard, in my front yard, is completely gone. And the roads don't look even remotely scary, which is good because I'm actually going to run some errands with my mom in a little bit, but I have to drive to her, and then I'm probably going to drive. I love cookie dough so much. I love cookie dough so much, dude. Literally, I would love if people, instead of giving me cookies for Christmas, just gave me cookie dough. Like, I could eat a tub of this easily. I think I actually, and now the timer is off, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven really quick and then get back to what I was just thinking. Like I was saying before I was interrupted by the oven, when I was younger, I used to love watching the like shorter animated Christmas movies, like the Charlie Brown Christmas special, or the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or Santa Claus is Coming to Town, or Frosty the Snowman. I loved those as a kid. Absolutely adored them. They raised me, basically. And as I've gotten older, I've went back and watched some classic Christmas movies, like ones that people watch every year or that everyone says is their favorite Christmas movie. And honestly, they just don't really do it for me in the same way that those shorter, more heartfelt ones did. And maybe it's partially the tie to childhood nostalgia, but I just love the shorter ones. I think they're so good. They get the point across quickly, and you can kind of have them on in the background while you're doing other things like buying Christmas gifts online and still be entertained and not really have to worry about like missing major plot points, I guess. However, there is not a short enough Christmas movie for me to watch in the time that it will take these cookies to bake. So I think I'm going to continue reading a little bit more in my book, and then I will come back to you as soon as my cookies are done. All right, so the timer just went off, so I'm going to go ahead and check on the cookies and then probably pull them out. Oh, those look incredible. Oh my God. That's amazing. I'm obsessed and I'm excited. So now I am going to take a couple minutes to wait for the cookies to actually cool off so that I can eat one without it burning my mouth. But in that time that I'm waiting, I think I want to give a couple of life updates, I guess. I am officially an aunt to two amazing, sweet, adorable nephews. I obviously am not going to say their names because they're not my kids, and I don't know how much of their lives that their parents want to be sharing online. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but I am so happy and I adore them so much. I am already spoiling them so much. They're going to be spoiled brats if I have anything to say about it, and I will. As far as my personal life goes, my heart rate has been better. I don't remember what video I necessarily brought that up in the first place, but a while ago, I was having some heart problems, or what felt like heart problems. I don't think we were ever really able to pinpoint what exactly was going on and going wrong, but I was able to get on some medication and that has helped immensely, which is awesome. And I'm really hopeful and excited that this will be able to work long term and that I won't really have to experiment with any other form of medication because it can be such a long and tiring process that I quite frankly don't want to go through. So there's that. And then this feels a little more personal than health updates, even though it probably isn't. I've actually been kind of struggling with Christmas this year. Not in the sense of like putting up decorations or wanting to listen to Christmas music, though admittedly I am kind of already getting tired of some Christmas music. I just feel like it's taking me a while, longer than usual, to really get in the mood for Christmas. I remember even just a couple of years ago when in November I would already be excited for Christmas and I would have my tree up before Thanksgiving. And this time around, I feel like I'm just not nearly as excited for it. And maybe that's just part of growing up, or maybe there's something else in my life that's kind of causing that feeling. But Christmas hasn't felt very Christmassy yet, which kind of sucks. But I'm hoping that over the span of Vlogmas this year, that will be able to change and shift a little bit. I think that my cookies are cooled down enough that I could go ahead and taste test one. So I'm going to choose this one in the back. Cheers. Oh my God, that is so good. That is so genuinely delectable. Oh my God. The center is gooey, just like I like it. Thank God. And the outside is just crunchy enough that it's not like breaking your teeth. Just delectable. Oh. But with that, I think my snow day has come to its conclusion. So if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next Vlogmas video. Bye!